All right, today we are starting off probability, and the first thing that we need to do is to really look and understand what the words and language of probability are. So we're going to look at the following words, and as you go through, you'll notice that some of your notes are missing words. So whenever you see something in red, that's what you need to write down. So, probability is a chance that an event will take place. What is the chance of something happening? A chance experiment is a process that can be repeated many times. So we just looked at what the chance is. So an experiment, an example is rolling a six-sided dice several times. It's not just one time, it's a process, and you do it many times. So you can roll the dice and see what number you get. A trial is the number of times an experiment is done. So if you decide to roll the dice 6 times and see what comes up, the trial number is 6. Or you can roll it 10 times. The outcome. Now it's the result when an experiment is done. So thinking of our dice, if you roll the dice, the outcome of rolling the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it's all the possible outcomes that could be. If you had a 12-sided dice, it would be 12. All the numbers up to 12. So the outcome is the result. Sample space. So this is a set of all the possible outcomes. So a sample space of a 6-sided dice would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The event is a favorable outcome. It's what we want to have happen. So favorable, think about this word, and it's what you want. If you favor something, that's what you like. So getting an even number of a 6-sided dice. Now let's look more into what a favorable outcome is. It is an outcome or your result that belongs to that event. So the favorable outcomes of getting an even number on a 6-sided dice are 2, 4, and 6, the even numbers. Some events are certain to happen. So certain means that the sun will rise tomorrow. We know that it will happen. The sun rises every day. And some are likely. So that doesn't mean the sun will rise every day like we do. Perhaps you will become rich and famous one day. That could be a likely outcome for you. Some have an even chance of happening. So it means that the event has the same chance of not or do happen. One example of an event is a toss a coin. It'll land on heads because there's only 2 choices. It's an even amount of chance that it'll be heads or tails. And some are unlikely. So this means that your probability of it happening is not very high. So thinking of our dice again, if you roll a 6-sided dice and get the number 6, that is 1 out of 6 options. So it's not super likely that you will roll the 6. Then there are some impossible events. So a bunny rabbit will fly. If you think to a 6-sided dice, the chance of 0 being rolled, that's impossible. It will not happen. So when you think about the chance of something happen, you can think about it on a scale. So impossible means it will not happen no matter what. It is pretty much at 0. Unlikely is pretty low as well, with even exactly in the middle. Likely, about 75% of the time, and of course, certain means it will definitely happen 100% of the time. So these are some of the words that you'll need to be familiar with as you'll be asked to rate what the likelihood of something happening. Now, I went through this at a quicker speed, so you can always go back and pause or go onto the website and look for the PowerPoint notes, and you'll be able to go through at your own pace to put your notes down.